Congratulations. I'm sure, a great weekend for you guys. And just talk about the experience of going into it, knowing it was a great field. You guys did what you had to do, especially on the second day after maybe not having a great first day, and you walk out of there with the top three.
Yeah, I don't think we have ever been happier this entire season than when we found out that we made it, because going in, we knew it was tough. We knew we could do it, but I think kind of once we got there, we all were like, oh, it's happening. Like, this is real, the moment that we've basically prepared the whole season for. And so in the beginning there, we were a little shaky, I think just because, we had nerves and we realized what we had to pull off. But thankfully, we were able to overcome that pressure and just that feeling there at the end, knowing that we were fully capable of making it out and, almost beating a team that was at once ranked 5th in the state. It's a pretty amazing feeling.
What goes through your mind? Because you don't have a leaderboard. It isn't like you can make every turn like you're on the PGA or LPGA and you can see where everybody is. So what goes through your mind? Are you kind of wondering where you're at, and how does that work for you mentally?
Yeah, I know definitely individually I'm always thinking, where am I at in the field right now? And I had started the first 2 holes off double-double. So after those first 2 holes, I was like, okay, you got to kick it into gear. And because I knew if we didn't have it as a team, I was at least trying to get out individually. But, after those next 16 holes, I only went 2 over from there on out. So, in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking about my playing partners, what they are shooting. And, I kind of had a feeling after the front 9 when I talked to Caleb that maybe we weren't doing as well as we should have been. But, you just kind of have to put that aside at that time because that adds the extra pressure on to it.
It takes a lot of maturity, doesn't it? And you've grown, I would imagine. We can see that over the last 4 years into your senior year. But it takes a lot of maturity to know that, as you said, I got to pick it up and I got to get this done and then still be able to do it, because a lot of times it doesn't happen that way. You think you're going to do it, but it doesn't happen. How do you overcome that, knowing that maybe you didn't play as well in the front 9 and then you really got to pick it up in the back 9?
Honestly, that's a lesson that I hadn't fully learned until this year, I don't think. I think those past 3 years, if I was struggling, I would stay struggling the rest of the round. But the big difference this year has been that I've been able to overcome that. And so, like you said, I think it's just a maturity thing too. But I kind of realized I was my own biggest enemy sometimes. So, I just, after those first 2 holes, like I said, I didn't play very well. I was like, okay, just cut it out. Like, it's just, you're out here playing golf. Like, at the end of the day, it's just a game, it's not that serious. And so, sometimes I think we just get too serious when we're out there. So if I tell myself to just, have fun, then that's when I actually start playing well.
The course itself, give me a look at what you just played on and what you're going to play on and what's the biggest differences, and now what's your next challenge this weekend.
Okay, yeah. This is definitely going to be the hardest course we have played the entire year so far. I have never played there. None of us have. But, I've talked to a couple people that have played there before, and we kind of sat down and did like a game plan hole by hole the other day. And, I think the biggest difference for us is this course is going to be playing at 5,800 yards, and we've normally been playing courses that are around 5,000. So, I think Carissa and I won't struggle that much because, we hit it longer than most girls do. But, I'm kind of worried that might affect the scores. But, it's expected on this course that team scores go up by 10, 15 shots just because it's that hard of a course. So all the teams going in know that it's a tough course, and we do too. But I think after we've studied it and we do this practice round tomorrow, we should be fine.
The idea that you as a senior, and I asked you this last week, how you help the younger ones, and that's again a little bit different now because with the course being longer, they're probably thinking, how am I going to certainly get through this and make it successful? Will you give them any advice on this one as well, or you just kind of reinforce them just to do what they have to do to get it done?
Yeah, I think like I said in the last interview, the key is going to be getting up and down, because I think there's a couple of those par 4s out there that's going to be tough for some of the girls to get there, and too, even myself sometimes. So, just like always, at the end of the day, if you're chipping and putting well, you can score well out there. So Yeah.
All right, last thing is that I asked you this last time if you're going to get any sleep and how you'll feel the night before. This time you go over, you're going to practice there, but now you're going to go over and spend the night, get a chance to relax a little bit. You'll get there early. When you're ready to tee off for the first time, what's going to kind of go through your mind at that point?
Yeah, I think it's just going to be, complete adrenaline when I'm there, just to, because for so long I've wanted to go there and it's finally happening. So I'm just going to soak in every moment and enjoy it. And, there's no pressure for us whatsoever. We obviously want to go post the best score that we can, but, no one's expecting us to go out there and win this. But, we're definitely just enjoying being able to play with the best girls in the state, especially since we're going to be paired with Zionsville on the first day. And, like I said, we'll just go enjoy every moment of it.
Yeah, that's the last thing, but I guess, we're talking cameras and we're talking people and we're talking reporters, and how about all the distractions, something that you haven't seen at that level before?
Yeah, this is going to be equivalent to playing in like a professional tournament, so there'll be grandstands, there'll be cameras everywhere, and I'm not sure, that's not something we've had to deal with large audiences really in golf. Normally it's just your parents out here watching you. But, I looked up on YouTube a couple videos from last year and showed the girls what it looked like, just so they can get used to having those many people around them, because I feel ready because of my past summer tournaments. I've been in high pressure situations like that. But then again, I tell them use this as an opportunity to show off a little bit. So, when you're up there on 18 green and there's all those people watching you, go make that putt.